Welcome, friends. Welcome back to the kitchen. Welcome back to another episode of what was on sale at the grocery store. Today it was this air chilled chicken, $4.39 a kilo Canadian, which is $2.10 a pound, something like that. About $2.10 a pound Canadian, which is about $1.60 American a pound for chicken. I don't know if that's a good price where you live, but where we live right now, 2023, that's a pretty good price for chicken. So I thought I thought I'd roast it. And then I thought, I'll spatchcock it and I'll roast it over some vegetables. So I've got some root vegetables here, carrots, shallots, and potatoes. And I've cut the little potatoes in half. And I'm just going to flavor it with a spice blend. So a little bit of olive oil on top. But of course, any oil that you like. I'm going to put in some salt. And then I've got one of our homemade spice mixes. I made this a couple of weeks ago for a chowder, and it's a Cajun-ish spice mix. So I'll just put a little bit of that in there. And then toss it to coat it all. Okay, so I've got a small baking tray, and I've got this rack, and this rack has a leg, and it elevates above the tray. I have no clue where this came from. I think it came possibly from inside of an old toaster oven, because it kind of looks like it fits inside a toaster oven, but it fits perfectly inside this pan to hold the chicken up off the vegetables. Vegetables into a quarter sheet tray. And then this goes on to, oh, that one shallot. You know what? It'll be okay. As soon as it gets hot, that'll sink down. So, everything's so expensive. Everything's so expensive. And when I saw this chicken, so this was $6.61 total. And the other ones in the same, in the same cooler bunker were about the same price. Somewhere between 5.5 to 7.5, depending on weight. And then I went and looked at some of the other chickens in other parts of the meat department. And they had other air-chilled chickens that were upwards of $25 per chicken, and they were about the same size as this. They weren't bigger chickens. I don't know. I don't know how things are priced anymore. I am so confused when I go to the grocery store because nothing really makes sense to me anymore. There's some extra fat here at the front. I'm just going to get under that with my fingers and pull it off. I'm going to leave the skin intact. Now, you've probably seen me do this before. There's a natural seam right here between the breast and the leg quarter. And I just kind of lift this up, get in there with the knife, and you'll get to a point in here where you're just going to touch the rib cage. And then through the backbone. And you've got your dark meat half and your white meat half. And there's just a tiny little bit of the backbone in there. And there you go. There is the neck. So this that I've pulled off will go into the freezer with a whole bunch of other chicken parts that I have. And every once in a while I pull them out and make chicken stock. And this one, just to get it to lay flat a little bit, there's this breastplate here. You just kind of score it with your knife. Doesn't take much. And there you go. Breaks open and lays flat. Hand washing is constant in this operation. Okay, so I've got the chicken separated. I've put it in the bowl because I'm going to season it in the bowl. It's just a little bit easier to get it everywhere. I'm going to use the Cajun spice, or this Cajun-ish, homemade Cajun-ish type spice on the chicken, same as I did with the vegetables. That could be any spice mix that you want. It could be as simple as just salt and pepper. It could be, what have I got here? Garam masala. Garam masala would work great. Turkish spice mix. And I know that everybody has, maybe not this brand, but everybody has spice mixes that you buy at the grocery store in your cupboard. Just use one that you like. Don't overthink it. You don't have to, making a chicken dinner on a sheet pan like this is supposed to be a no-brainer, no thinking, happens really quickly. You could do all of this last night. Stick it in the fridge, and when you come home from work, just pop it in the oven, and then you really only have like an hour and a half as it cooks in the background. You don't really have to think much about it. So I am going to add a little bit more salt. Put a little bit of oil in there, any oil that you like. And we'll put on some of the spice mix. And then you just get in there with your hands. And you get it all over. All right. Lift up the skin, get it under the skin, get it everywhere. And then you just pop it on the tray. I probably should have cut that shallot in half. Anyway, there you go. And into an oven preheated to 350 degrees Fahrenheit. There we go. Okay, here we go. Look at that. Wonderful. Okay, chicken off. Here we go. And we can get rid of this rack.
Hey, what?
Hey, Jules.
Hey, friends. Ooh, vegetables, chicken.
This is something you've seen a million times before. I think I keep doing it because there's so many variations that you can do with the spicing, right? Chicken was on sale, and I had just made this Cajun spice mix
Okay.
for that shrimp.
Yes, I remember the shrimp dish. Yep.
It was really good. And so, I mean, there's enough going on in the bottom of this pan. You could make an incredible pan sauce. Yeah, definitely. Scoop that out, put it into a little frying pan, a little beurre manier, and you have got an amazing. No, I mean, it's
Clearly,
the bone's right in the middle, isn't it? Okay.
it just seems to fall off, though.
Yep. My grandfather would be appalled. Yeah, he had the little set with the
Yes.
deer antler and the whole silver thing, and do the whole, and then he'd carve. And I'm not.
This is just.
Yeah,
not-
this is just. I'm
not-
just gonna pulling it out.
So the potato I had was really good. Did it also have the spicing on it?
Yeah, so I mixed the spicing and a little bit of oil,
Okay.
and then sprinkled it on and put those on there.
Nice and crispy.
Mm.
Nice one. Really big piece of chicken.
Oh, it's really good. Okay. Any spice?
Works. Whatever makes you happy. Apparently, lots makes Glenn happy.
Even if it's just salt and pepper. I mean, you can get really flavorful just with salt and pepper. And it cooks really quickly because we spatchcocked it. Right?
So I actually saw a spatchcock, like fully spatchcocked chicken at the grocery store the other day,
Cool.
which I thought was quite interesting because, it not everyone's comfortable with it, right?
You saw me do it. It's easy. It really is easy. Don't overthink it. Don't worry about scissors. It's just 2 cuts with a knife. Actually, no, 3 cuts with a knife, and you're done. Exactly, just like that. So, when you see something like this on sale at the grocery store, don't overthink it. Put it on a sheet pan, some vegetables, throw it in the oven, 350 degrees, until your instant read thermometer reads the temperature that is deemed safe by your local government, which is
A little bit different everywhere.
But in the end, it took about an hour and 10 minutes. Really not that long. Thanks for stopping by. See you again soon.